I don't actually know that much about your life when you were using. Was alcohol your faves?
That was my faves.
Yeah, mine too. I loved it.
Yeah.
Alcohol was...
Yeah, I mean, most of the other stuff I did was, well, let's just talk about it. I mean, I loved cocaine mostly because I could drink a lot more.
How'd you stop? Did someone say it's your job or you're drinking, or it's your family or you're drinking? What brought you to the end point?
Well, I think, we're talking about memory before, and
I don't remember that.
For me, it was. I mean, again, I don't want to get too woo-woo, but it was sort of a white light moment because I was a Blackout drinker.
Me too.
And I kept doing. I mean, this is all very standard stuff for people that have a problem. I kept trying to prove to myself that I had control. I'm going to stop for a week, and then I would start, and I would have a blackout. But I mean, I was driving around in blackouts. I was, I was doing a lot of stuff that I couldn't remember, and I was, losing time, losing my life, and I had this moment where I came out of a blackout. I was under a sink having drunk a bottle of cooking sherry because everything else was gone. And this is a weird thing to say, but my mom was a terrible drunk for a long, long time, and she got sober. And so I knew that it was possible. I knew that it was out there. And her sister had gotten sober also. And I come from a long line of drunks stretching back to the Stone Age on both sides of my family.
You come by it quite honestly.
Oh God. And I am absolutely positive there's a genetic component to it in my case. But so I say with some degree of irony that, like, thank God my mom was a drunk.
Yeah.
Because,
led the way.
Because, when she got sober, and when I came out of that blackout under the sink, I was like, I need to call my mom and see if she'll tell me what to do.
It can't have been your first under the sink moment. I mean, I imagine you came out of blackout several times before that. So what was it about that particular time?
I don't know. I was just wrecked.
Yeah.
I was wrecked. And it was such a relief. Oh my God, I don't have to do that anymore. And it made, everything possible.
How long did it take for you to really shake it? So you weren't craving, so you weren't hoping for it around the next corner.
I never had craving right from that moment. It was like removing, it was like Atlas putting down the earth that was on his shoulders. Like it just went away.
Oh, thank God, huh?
And there've been, very few fleeting moments of some kind of fantasy about, and it's usually very civilized, like a snifter of brandy by the fire in the English countryside, and then
stay out of the English countryside.
Yeah, oh God, but if you follow the fantasy to its nth degree, then it gets ugly.
Yes, it never ends nicely. So your whole family was into something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like you started using because you saw it and thought, well, that's how it's done, because your cells actually needed it, because that's how you're wired, or was it a choice?
I think probably that number B.
Number B.
No, I mean, I don't want to, do a drunkalogue, but the first time I drank, and I was probably 12, and I drank. So I'm not getting the details of the story, but and then I didn't stop until I had puked all over my house and blacked out.
Yeah.
Very first time, it was like when it went in, it was like I need more, and then of course I vowed never to drink again because I felt so terrible.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out.
Yeah.
Look, this is the thing. For most people with this problem, alcohol. I just wouldn't talk. I'm not going to talk to anybody else. For me, alcohol was the solution to all my problems. It just solved my shyness, my feeling of insecurity, my feeling of being less than everybody else, and it solved everything, all my problems, until it became my problem, and then it became my worst enemy. And there's a period of time where you just remember that it solved everything, and you try to have it keep solving everything, and it just doesn't work anymore.